Jake Eisenberg alongside Coach John Schiffner prior to the opening night of this 2016 Cape Cod Baseball League season. And Coach, first off, your thoughts and your expectations for this summer.
Nothing's changed in 24 years. I want these guys to work hard and get better. We get a lot of return players when you send them back better. So that's one of our goals. We have 3 goals. The kids get better, we win some games, and they have the best summer of their life. That's what I've done it every year.
You mentioned the returning players this season, not as many, a lot of first-timers as there always are. So what is your message to those first-time players in the Cape Cod League?
Well, don't press. This is probably the best team these guys have ever been on in their lives, and you're going to fail at times, and handle the failure, get better from the failure, and enjoy yourself, because it's an amazing experience to be in the Cape Cod League.
At tonight's night practice, Ed Baird spoke to the team in the dugout afterwards, and of course he's a Cape Cod Baseball League Hall of Famer and played for the Chatham A's for 3 years prior to your arrival here.
Long time, yes.
When you see a guy like Ed Baird talking to your players and you're sitting just alongside him, what kind of runs through your mind? What does it mean to you?
Well, it shows these guys the care that people have, the love and affection they have for Chatham. Here's a guy that was here 50 years ago, and he comes back and he's part of our association. I think that means a lot. I was telling the kids how important that is, that we have all these people that work for us. The volunteers just do a tremendous job, and they take a great deal of pride in what they do here. And here's a guy who hadn't been around in many years, and we happened to meet up by luck one day at a UConn football tailgate, and all of a sudden he starts coming to games. He starts staying at our house, and then all of a sudden he's now on the board of directors. He's our team treasurer. He runs the merchandise, and I think that's a great message to these kids about how summer ball is so important and what you can get out of summer ball besides baseball. And I mentioned, I think it's one of the great selling points for Chatham. It's one of the stories I love to tell, is that 5 of my ex-players have come back here and gotten married. That means a lot. That's something else.
When it comes to you and now your 24 years of experience with the Chatham Anglers, of course you said that things don't really change, but they have changed over the course of the past 2 decades. What specifically has changed most noticeably?
Agents. I think that's one. The only agent we ever heard about was James Bond when I was in the league. That was about it. That's changed a great deal. The league has obviously come to the 21st century. It's not a mom and pop league anymore. It's still the best. It was the best back then, but it's a lot different. Corporate things, but it's still, it's still pure. I think Jim Collins put it best when he named his book The Last Best League. I don't think there's ever been a better title for a book than that, because it is still amateur, and no matter if the agents are here, we're corporate sponsorships and so forth, it's still a matter of coming down here and facing the best competition you've ever seen.
Manager John Schiffner, the 2016 Cape Cod Baseball League season gets underway tomorrow night, 7 o'clock first pitch here at Veterans Field, and you can catch A's Extra at 6:40. We'll get everything started here in Chatham.